what's the best source of keyword data for your Amazon PPC campaigns? There's a lot of different sources. There's tools, there's your own internal data, there's Amazon's data. And what I want to talk about is this difference between where the data is coming from. So there's first-party data, which is what you will generate yourself from your own Amazon PPC campaigns. There's second-party data, which is data given to you by Amazon, but it's not linked to your own specific PPC campaigns. And there's third-party data, which comes from tools like Helium 10, Jungle Scout, and so on. So the best data, I think it should be obvious, but if not, I'll explain why, is first-party data, stuff that comes from your own Amazon PPC campaigns. And the reason this is the best data is that you can see not just how much search volume there is, but you can see exactly what it costs you for your own products to get that traffic, right? What your cost per click is. You can see how well it converts for your own product, not just in theory have an estimate, but really see what your products did, how often people bought them, right? What the average order sizes were, what the revenue per click and so on was. And you can also tie it to specific time periods as narrow as a day or a week, whereas with second party or third party data, usually the data is tied to longer periods. At best it's a week, right, with Amazon Brand Analytics Search Term Report, and often it's more broad periods of time, such as months. And that can be very significant because you can have seasonal variations that don't happen neatly on the first of the month, right? It could happen in the middle of the month, or it could happen progressively over the course of several weeks, and you want to know, right, when are the bigger jumps up or down in the seasonality to adjust your bids accordingly. So the first party data, the stuff that comes from your own campaigns, is by far the best for all of these reasons, that it's linked to your own performance, you have actual concrete numbers, it's not an estimate, and you also link it to particular time periods. The second best quality data is data that comes from Amazon. One sec, it's just ringing. As opposed to third-party data, which comes from external tools. And so Amazon obviously knows how many people are searching for any given keyword or search term on its website during a period of time. And so that data obviously is more reliable, and you've got both the Brand Analytics Search Term Report there, which can be very helpful, as well as the Open Explorer, Product Opportunity Explorer, which gives you data at the search term level over periods of months and over the year, or last 360 days to be more precise. So this can give you, accurate ideas about how big a niche is or isn't, right? How you can expand into related niches and so forth. And if your product, matches the benefits from other niches, keywords, so you can consider targeting them as well. Especially with sponsored brands, you can explain that that your product provides those same benefits and get sales from traffic that probably wouldn't work in sponsored products. And so that data also, because it's from Amazon itself, they're not so much estimates, pretty clear ideas, and also it tells you with the Brand Analytics Search Term Report what is selling on that search term. And so I can give you an idea, right, if your product is pretty similar to the top sellers, so you have a good idea that you can convert on those keywords. And if it's pretty different, then you might be a bit more cautious targeting that keyword. Same idea for the Product Opportunity Explorer. You can see what the top sellers are and so forth, and get some ideas as to whether your products are successful. If you have a large catalog, you can figure out, what products within my catalog should I target with this keyword, right? Especially for broad, vague keywords like toys for 5-year-olds, things like that. Living room furniture, living room chairs, right? So these are a few of the differences. Then with tools like Helium 10 and Jungle Scout, so nowadays they're probably getting their data from Amazon directly, just scraping it, but they may also be mixing in their own third-party data or data they're getting from sources such as Google and so on, or Bing, Microsoft's Bing search engine. And so the data is not necessarily going to be as accurate, and also it's not linked to your own product's performance. It's not linked to a certain time period. And so, again, that can be helpful, and it can also help you find some, longer tail search terms based on Amazon choice badges in particular. I find that's helpful from Helium 10's data that they reveal that information to you, so you can see what people actually search. But again, keep in mind this is getting quite into the long tails, and the accuracy of the data is probably not going to be as good as with your own first-party data, obviously, or even second-party data from Amazon. So that's a bit of guidance into where you should put more faith and weight. Now, obviously, if you haven't launched your product or products yet, or you're adding new products to your catalog, so you don't have existing data, so you want to get that data as soon as possible. Amazon's sponsored products automatic campaigns can be helpful for that. You can also run broad match unmodified within sponsored brands, and that essentially will do something like an automatic campaign does in sponsored products. It'll match you to whatever Amazon thinks is related. Spoiler alert is that sometimes they think stuff that's really not related is related, so you have to keep an eye on the search terms to negate the junk. And these different sources of keyword data can help you improve your keyword research for Amazon PPC campaigns, both sponsored products and sponsored brand search term search targeted campaigns, and guide you in how much you should bid, how you should structure your campaigns, where you should put what keywords. So I hope that's